Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. I'm so glad you're here. We are doing the part two of questions I've never asked my wife. We did the questions I've never asked my husband. It was so fun. You guys loved it. Now it's time for me to get interrogated.
Yes.
Back when we were dating was maybe the last time he asked me personal questions.
That makes it sound like I don't care about you at all.
I always beat him to the punch. I'm always asking questions. So now it's his turn, and let's see what he's got for me.
It'll be good.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hopefully Tibbs will be fine. He's kind of making some noise out there, but we'll see.
I've got a number of questions. Some of them are kind of reworded or duplicates of ones that your community had asked you to ask me. So now I'll be flipping the tables on you, and I will be asking you some of those. But we've also got some new ones, some other ones up my sleeve, and fun one.
Okay.
If I decorated a room in our next home, what do you think it would look like?
Ooh. It would look very different than I decorate, that's for sure. There wouldn't be any plants. There would be a lot more clutter, a lot more, not novelty, but what do you say, like movie memorabilia?
Oh, like...
I think you would get a lot more just like, oh, I love that movie.
Knickknacks, kind of like...
Knickknacks. They're named after Nick. His bedroom at home hadn't been decorated for years and years and years. And your college room was not decorated at all either. It wasn't. It just had a bunch of stuff in it.
Gotcha, yeah.
So I have no idea. I'm just saying it's gonna be, there would be a lot of stuff in it, and probably none of it would match.
If you could increase or decrease one love language in me, what would it be and why?
Well, I only know that your love language is physical touch. I don't know. What are your other ones? You don't even know your other ones.
Yes, we do. We've done it multiple times.
What are your other ones?
My other ones is quality time and physical touch also not gift giving. What's the words of affirmation? Are we talking
That's
about giving?
That's how you receive it,
though.
That's different than giving.
I guess the question is like, what's a way that you want to be more loved by me in one of those like categories?
Okay, reword this question. This is confusing. You said decrease.
I said if you could increase.
Oh, increase.
Or decrease. So
you mean like how would I want you to love me more?
Yeah. How would you want me to love you more in like a certain love language category?
Quality time.
Quality time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I read the 5 love languages, and quality time was not what I thought it was, and it kind of like opened my eyes to see like, oh, that's why I don't feel as like full on my love tank, so to speak, or like he calls it, when we're just like sitting with each other but like doing separate things. Like I thought that was quality time. Clearly that's not quality time.
Well, that's not
at all. It's like quality time is like I am not doing anything else but being with you, and whatever we're doing it together. And I just thought like, oh, well, we can do separate things but still be near each other, and that's still quality time. But
sometimes, to be fair, that's still nice. But
that never actually made me feel loved. And I thought it did. I thought that was like a quality time thing, but it totally wasn't. So I like it when we like play a game and we don't have our phones, or we're totally just like sitting and talking, and that's it. Like that's the only thing we're doing, and it's just totally focused on the other person. That's quality time for me. Or like going out to dinner and not being distracted by TVs on the wall, or like our phones or anything. Like no distractions. To me that's quality time.
All right, no peeking at the questions.
That was just a natural look down.
If you could bring one fictional character to life, maybe from one of your books, who would it be and why?
Oh jeez, I have literally never thought of this ever in my life.
You're not like, oh, I wish you were real. We'd be best. No. We'd be best friends.
No. Because my brain doesn't go there like very easily.
No one is the answer?
I've never like watched a movie and been like, oh, I wish this person or character or thing existed in real life.
Captain America?
No,
okay.
That one's hard.
So no one.
I'm too much in the real world.
Too grounded.
To even imagine. Like, I'm not good at imagining
So it's not that you wouldn't want someone there. It's just like you can't even like.
I can't, like, it doesn't, it's too fantastical that I can't, my mind has a tough time going to those types of things.
Fair
I'm
enough.
too much of a realist.
Fair enough. All right, I've got a grounded question for you.
Okay.
What was your biggest concern going into marriage?
Oh, that one was flipped. That one was asked of him. I think maybe my biggest concern was because we had like stopped having any like physical intimacy between us, like no like hugging or kissing really, like we took all that off the table to like save it for marriage. Even though we had already done that stuff earlier in our relationship, we like kind of made a hard cut off like 7 months before we got married and just like abstained from all that kind of stuff just to save it for marriage and for it to be more special. And I think my biggest concern was it wouldn't come back naturally. We had experienced it, taken it away. I was like a little bit worried that it would feel weird again. We hadn't hugged, we hadn't like kissed or anything, and I'm just like, is it gonna feel weird being close with you again? I think that was your concern as well, right? No, yours was something different. Yours was your maturity.
Yeah.
I felt fine about my maturity. I was totally
That's
mature.
just because
totally
you're so much
ready for
older than I am.
marriage.
Do you still miss any aspect about being single?
I think when I was single and if I wasn't dating anyone, I was just like so stressed about that. Like, I don't know if other women like experience that or like they have a desire to like be with someone and they have a desire to be married. When you're single and you're not in a relationship or pursuing that with someone, it feels like you're always wondering if that's gonna happen. Like it's always kind of on your mind if like you're gonna meet someone and they're gonna like you or they're gonna pursue you. And I hated that part about like being single and because I desired marriage and it was so heavily on my mind that I'm like, I hate feeling this all the time. Even if I have like guy friends, I'm always like wondering, do any of them like me? Would any of them pursue me? I hated feeling that. Yeah. So to me, I didn't love being single for like those constant thoughts of like, when would I get married, or will I get married, or will any guy like me enough to pursue me, you know? Like I wanted to be married because I like to be like secure, and marriage is like secure and safe. Like I feel safe now. I don't have to like try to impress you and worry that you're gonna leave if you don't like something about me. And so it's like always in my singleness or my dating, that was like constantly on my mind, and I hated like constantly feeling that. And so marriage has been like so much better because singleness and like dating was so difficult for me.
So it sounds like from your answer, the answer to the question is no, because it just brought a bunch of stress and brought a bunch of
I didn't enjoy being single.
Yeah.
I hated dating, actually. I'd prefer to be single than dating.
Fully single or fully married.
Yes.
The in-between of like,
because
where's this going to go?
like when I was single, I wasn't like, there was just so much more that came with dating. Like, what if I fall for this person and they don't want to be married to you, and there's like that heartbreak that comes with dating.
Well, like one of the first ways that you described our relationship, or, you know, when I was starting to court you or starting to, you know, show interest, you're like, it's distracting. You're like, you're a person who likes to be focused. And if you're single, you could be focused on, you know, single things or single life and just like all of your different, you know, like things. And there is an aspect of being together with someone, and particularly pursuing someone. It takes a lot of time to get to know each other and to, you know, just to invest into each other and into.
And then you don't know if that investment's
going to
like,
pay off. Yeah. So you're like, oh.
So it's like, did I just waste a bunch of my time pursuing someone and it's not going to work out with them? Dating was never like something that I loved.
That's a good answer though.
And I think the thing about being single maybe was like being more like heavily reliant on God for like my affection and my like comfort, because I didn't have anybody telling me like that they loved me all the time, you know, or like telling me that I looked pretty. Like
you pretty.
Thank you. And
I love you.
Thank you.
Paul talks about the benefits of potentially being single for a reason. He's like, hey.
And I had some great like times of singleness, just like 100% focused on the Lord. Like there were seasons where I wasn't distracted by like friendships with guys or anything. And I really was focused on God, and I loved those times, but that wasn't all the time.
What is one of your favorite memories of us together?
I asked you this, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And you were like,
it's
how do I even choose? I think it'd be a cop-out to say the same memory.
Yep, you can't. It's actually...
So I can't say our honeymoon.
It's like Family Feud in like the final round. You know, it's like, repeat answer.
Oh, no.
Next thing.
As weird as it is and as stressful as the times can be, I've enjoyed like our transition seasons because I feel like both of us are so excited for them. Like, obviously, like that's not just one memory.
Yeah.
We've transitioned a lot, but when we first got married and we moved into our first place, that was super exciting. And then when we bought our first house, like moving into that new season and that transition was always like really exciting because we were both just like so hopeful for like a new, and I felt like we, in those seasons, because we're so excited, even though things are stressful, we were both sharing in such an exciting time. Like we're so ready.
That's a cool answer.
And I just feel like I like those moments where we're just so excited together about something.
And everything's kind of in the same way as, but different. Same, but different. Like our first, trip together being on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
It's like new territory.
Something new.
Yeah, like a new experience that, like you said, carries excitement, but also, I don't know, you get to just walk through new places, new things, new challenges together, and that is...
And I feel like because you're so excited about it, that when the challenges come, they don't like disrupt you as much because your excitement can kind of move you through like some of the stress, or if like there's bumps in the roads in the transition, you're still like so excited and you're willing to work together. I feel like our best teamwork is usually in our transition seasons when we're so excited about something. Like when we moved to Tennessee and we were so excited, and things were just like crazy, like we had so many bad things happen, but we were still so excited for it.
It's true. This is one that I found on like a forum that I like.
A forum?
I know.
He's doing some digging.
What is one lesson that your parents taught you that you appreciate now?
That's so cute.
Yeah, I thought so.
One of the lessons that I've seen and I've appreciated a lot actually over the years, because I've thought about this actually a lot, is how my parents taught us how to manage our money. I know it's like super practical, but I feel like some parents don't do that.
Yeah.
My parents were really good at just like teaching us the value of money, but also teaching us that, money can't buy you happiness. Like, we had stuff growing up, but there was always other people that had more. And my parents did a good job of like teaching us like, if you really want something, you can save for it, but this isn't ultimately what's gonna fulfill you. This isn't what brings joy. Like we can have fun, and we can have fun as a family without having to buy all of these things that these other kids have, and like showing us that yes, money is valuable and you should be smart with it, but don't like hold it so tightly that this is what's going to bring you what your heart's desires are, and that like even though you want something, you might get it and it's not going to be as great as you thought it was, or bring you what you thought you really needed in the moment. And so I do appreciate that about them, and they were never people that had to buy the latest and greatest things, and they never ever like made it seem like things were what was important.
How many plants is too many plants?
Depends on your space.
Yeah, we talking a jungle? We talking
if I'm walking through the plants, I'm no. Okay, I'm not that crazy of a plant lady.
But what do you think about like the Altered State mall that we, like the one that we went into, where there was hanging plants everywhere?
More hanging plants when we're not in an apartment, though. Especially when you have like a blank corner. You just put one. You don't need to put 5 plants in one corner unless you want to put 5 plants in one corner. I don't personally think you need that much because I'm also a minimalist.
It's true.
So it's like I like plants, but I also don't like to feel crowded. I liked there to be clean space. So
negative space.
I definitely think that for me there is such thing as too many plants. But right now we're not even close to that.
Oh boy.
We definitely need more.
What is A hobby that you wish that I had or shared with you.
So many.
So many.
Okay, and I've talked to him about this too, but I want you to do something that really makes you creative. Like whether that's just like making something from scratch, like woodworking. I think that you would really like woodworking, but you have to dedicate a lot of time to that.
You have to have a space to woodwork.
And that's a hobby, okay? Things that I think that you would like, and I also would like you to like, because I think that it would be a useful hobby, is woodworking. If you could like make shelves and like, I don't know, just like things that it's like, oh, I would like a shoe rack or something. You'd be like, okay, cool. I'll just go get some wood and I'll make it. You know what I'm saying?
I do think that'd be fun because I can be somewhat impulsive sometimes in things that I want to buy. But if it's something that I could potentially make for cheaper, although not with these prices on wood right now, get it together, $6 or $7 a plank. Ridiculous. Now, woodworking is kind of cool because I did have a grandpa who I never really got to know that well. He died when I was really young, but he was really good at woodworking. So,
well, darn. I know. Missed opportunity to teach you.
Or was it my great-grandpa? Actually, now that I think about it. I'm not that great at details. Moving on. This one, I don't know. I'm curious to see. It might be a badly worded question. Or, what is one thing that you have had before that you would desire to have again?
Property.
All right.
That's so easy. These seem so shallow. Property and a car.
You have a car.
I have your truck.
Yeah.
I want my own car.
You want a cute car, not a man car. Can I tell you what I thought your answer was going to be?
What?
A dog.
A dog too, yeah. All things that cost money. And that's why we don't have them, folks. But don't got the property, don't got the car, don't got the dog, because we got no monies.
One day. What is one thing that you wish you had known about me before we got married?
Man, I knew a lot about you though. Like when we were dating. So I'm trying to think of something that like I didn't know about you and figured out what.
You already knew about my temper.
Yes, I did. Decided to marry him anyways.
Thanks, baby.
You'd never guess it, right? Like you look at him and you're like, he's so even keel. But man, he can be a volcano, that's for sure. I mean, obviously, like, your procrastination goes deep sometimes, and I knew that, but I don't know if I knew it to the degree. So maybe I wish I knew that, but I don't know how that would have changed anything either. That's or fair. Like how late you are to things all the time, you know?
Yeah, it's in the blood, you know?
Yeah. But I don't know how that would have changed anything.
That's true. You still would have loved me and you still would have married me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Good. Right. Here's a fun one.
Okay.
What is your purpose and vision for all of your entrepreneurial
hard to type, hard to say.
What is your purpose and vision for all of your entrepreneurial endeavors?
That's a great question. I think ultimately, like, I don't know if I can ever see myself not having like that desire, that entrepreneurial desire for things, because that's how I've been for so many years. But when we're talking about like what's a goal and a purpose, I would love to be able to work solely from home and find fulfillment in that. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. Is none of my endeavors bring in like any money, and so it's hard to find like joy and fulfillment when you're not like paid for the time that you put in. I get a little bit of money, but it's so minuscule to the amount of work that gets put in, and so it's just kind of exhausting when you look at what you're paid versus how much you're putting into it. And so
not just time but effort as well too.
Yes.
Or something.
Yes.
It's hard to get off the ground. It's hard.
It is really, it's challenging mentally for anything that you're just like starting from scratch. I hope to get to a point where I feel fulfilled in what I do. I enjoy it. Does that answer the question?
I think
like
so.
I just want to get to a point where I'm like, this is sustainable, I enjoy this still, and I can work from home.
Yeah. to contribute more
I do.
like financially in that sense. But at the same time, I'm happy to have you be pursuing these things because I know that where we want to be in life, you know, our overarching.
I never know.
Our overarching goals in life.
I think I've said it. I've heard it both ways.
It would be, you know, a stay-at-home mom, and it would be, you know, it's like, so in that
'Cause
sense,
that
a traditional job is kind of
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it
being
is.
Being a mom is a lot of work.
Having time for something that you can do at home.
Yeah.
You know, that gives you something else to do while the kids are doing homework or while the, you know, like, who knows? We want that lifestyle to fit into what we envision for the future. And so it's not there yet, but in, you know, just working on those things and kind of building into it. I'm proud of you for it because it's difficult. And with my procrastination, I certainly wouldn't be that good at it. So
you definitely have to have the self-motivation and
but I look forward to you having an office room in a future home so that you can have a space that is dedicated to work. That way you can have more of a separation between work and home, so you don't just feel like you're always working at home, or that you know,
every space in this apartment is my workspace, so there's never like a good separation between when I'm like diligently saying, hey, I'm gonna be working for the next like 4 or 5 hours, and when I'm gonna be off or resting or taking a break. It's like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm only ever in a workspace. And so it's really hard, like mentally, because you work and you rest in the same area. And so even if you're in a resting mode, you're like, should I be working right now? Or even when you're working, should I be resting right now? Like, it's...
You have to allow yourself to take a rest as well.
It's hard.
What is one thing that makes you proud to be my wife?
So many things. You are an extremely hard worker at your job. You work sometimes extremely long hours, and I feel like I do nothing compared to what you do. You haven't really ever had the mindset of like, oh, I have to go to work today. You know, I don't think I've ever like heard you get up and like, oh, I really don't want to go to work today. I've said that so many times, like with whatever job I'm doing, I'm like, oh, I really don't feel like going to work today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never heard you say that. And maybe you like your job enough that you don't ever say like, oh, I wish I wasn't going to work today. But I do appreciate that like you work hard and you don't like complain about it. Like, you're thankful for it. I like that about you.
I'm happy to do good work for the good of the fam.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us here on Questions I've Never Asked My Wife.
Yes, good job finding questions.
Thank you.
This was a great exercise for him. I think you did good.
Thank you.
You guys should let him know if he did good, if he should be on the channel more often. Maybe we should make a couples channel. I joked about that last time. Thought that was kind of funny. Be like, hey, maybe let's just make a couples channel. Nick and Kendra. Nick and Kendra?
Kendrick.
How do people name their couples channel? Just their names, right? But anyways, we enjoyed this video. We enjoyed getting to ask these questions to each other. If you haven't watched the questions I've never asked my husband, I'm like, what's it
Questions
called?
I haven't and never
asked. I will link it for you so that you can go and
words. She's done. She's talked enough.
I will link that video in the description. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Give it a thumbs up. It makes a really fun little like celebration when you thumbs up
videos.
videos.
Oh, that's cool.
Now,
I did notice that like the last
But
week.
I've also seen that where it's positioned, it's really hard to give it a thumbs down, or really easy to give it a thumbs down. I have thumbs down so many videos on accident, so please don't thumbs down this video. Make sure it makes the little celebration when you hit the thumbs up.
I've done that. And it always pops up this thing like, well, give your feedback to the creator.
And I'm like, I didn't mean to thumbs down.
No, change that now.
Okay, we're done talking about the thumbs up, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
I'm gonna scratch the eyeballs first.